hospitality. You've got 3 levels of lounges here, just to dwell on that for a moment in terms of the proposition, maybe just to take us through thinking behind having various tiered levels of lounge, first of all, but then what it says about your thinking as collectively as partners about what airport hospitality should be and what it should represent in now and tomorrow.
Yeah. We have 3 different levels of lounges where we start with comfort. We have a middle, I would say upper middle class, more than upper, which we call Allied, and then the premium lounge where we currently are. And these 3 concepts, all of them are offering an exclusivity. And I think this is what changes in traveling, is that the different stakeholders have really very different needs. And some are really saying, I'm only jumping into my low-cost carrier and that's it. And this is on all levels. It's a very personal decision. And we have this personality who says, I want to have a certain exclusivity, and our comfort lounge is absolutely affordable. And this exclusivity we wanted to structure on different levels, also offering a product where the absolutely top class hotel experience people have here in Antalya is continuing at the airport. It is always, for sure, there are many elements of design, of food, access, transport to the aircraft, last but not least, children area, billiard table, meeting rooms. You can separate yourself, you can sit as a bigger group together. But what is important for me is what we achieve here is the result of Turkish hospitality. And last but not least, the person is not buying these ingredients, but the person is buying an emotion, and the human part of that is for me most important. And we are very proud of our team, and this is, let me say, that really only possible in Turkey, because this hospitality Turkey has in its DNA. I don't think you can train that. It's a given thing. And even for me, when I go and I'm using the lounges also, it's every time a special experience.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. But we want to grow closer together for the future. We started these operations not even 12 months ago. So we are still, let me say, barely out of diapers these days. I think we had an operationally very successful start. But we are all having the ambition next level.
Yeah.
And that will happen.
And in terms of just on the hospitality piece, are you creating relationships that go way beyond? You were talking about brand Antalya. Does that go way beyond airport and local authorities? You're talking to tourism bodies and other organizations about spreading the word, because people need to know that there's a great facility such as this here, and I can certainly confirm in terms of service that I've had today, and the quality of food and hospitality has been absolutely top notch. When you think about where you go with that and how you communicate that to guests who are potentially coming, or repeat visitors, how do you go about thinking about the tourism ecosystem and the airport's place within that?
Yeah. Well, this is, I'm very thankful for your question, because this is the part where the world changes. And the world changes not only with the geopolitical conflicts, but it also changes in the way countries want to participate in the business side of tourism. And it's not only Albania. When you go now to the international tourist fairs, you see that China is presenting itself as big as Turkey overall, and as big as Spain overall. So the cake is also growing, but the cake is not growing with the same speed as the offers is growing. And this brings a need, I think, for each touristic destination to reinvent itself. And this need is even higher for Turkey because of the development of the currency in Turkey. The product became really more expensive in our core markets. Our biggest market currently is Germany. It was Russia before the Russian-Ukraine conflict. We have a number 3 now, UK, number 4, Poland. It's a certain diversity in it, but the price level was rising everywhere. And in the same time, the cost of living was also rising in these countries. So probably after buying a car, where to spend your vacation is the most serious decision for all families. And this has to be recognized in a different way. When you are coming more with a cheap product, the price is the argument, and Antalya delivered, and many people are coming here for 20, 30 years. But this is different with the new generation and also with a wider range of countries which we are approaching. So positioning this product became differently, and we see ourselves as gateway. We are not in competition with anyone here, which is bringing us in a special position also to be able to coordinate and bring together different ideas. I do not want to miss out. Turkey is doing an excellent job on that. You know that in some Western countries, Turkey is more judged maybe for other topics than its touristic beauty. But when it comes to the development of the economy and of tourism, I think Turkey really is a kind of a role model. This is the result of a lot of work, and the value chain of tourism is a very complex one.
Yep.
It is not only complex by the number of participants, it's also complex because it's spanning around the world. And being able to attract a German person successfully does not mean the Qatari has the same logic. So I think the Turkish tourist sector really found a way to diversify its product for everyone. Everyone really finds her way of making a vacation where you really find what you are looking for. And transporting this is a success of the Turkish country, and we are happy to contribute. We are very supportive on this. So for all the events like COVID as an example, for sure, we are very strongly cooperating with the authorities.
Yeah. And if we look ahead to next steps, there's obviously some quite ambitious plans also in place. You mentioned obviously you're really consolidating what's happened in terms of recent investment into the operational side, and we've seen there's still some fine tuning to do around the airport, still many exciting developments and openings yet to happen. What are the next steps in terms of infrastructure, probably also on the commercial side, and looking ahead, what kind of location will this be in the next 3 to 5 years for guests to arrive to?
Well, the next 2 years are pretty clear. This year we also have substantial investments which are not so much related with the customer experience. It's ATC Tower, it's some road systems, we change a lot of processes. But we are already after the first season changing everywhere. With such a big project, even with all the experience, you predict something and then you have to adjust.
Yeah.
And the big thing coming up, this marketplace here is 12,000 square meters, but we have another 18,000 square meters of commercial areas, which we together with our concessionaires will lift up after the next season. So this is in full throttle already. The designs are done. We are looking for the approvals, and the customer experience. We don't want a good customer experience in the new part and then, let me say, a second class in the other part. We want that holistically all of our airport really serves on this level. So this is the next step. I think the biggest challenge, maybe not only for Antalya, but especially for Antalya, we are in a way trapped by the air side on the land side and the axis. This puts a lot of pressure on accessibility. And that is for sure coming and going to the airport is an essential part of the process. So we are working very much on that. There is only part of it in our hands. It's also the Turkish government who's responsible. And the solutions are not easy because we were growing so extremely that for sure, if you would plan it now, you would do this a little bit differently. But I'm sure we find the right solutions. And I'm, again, very proud of our team. It is not always the investment. It is a lot of corridor to optimize yourself in how you are handling processes. And there it is for sure also AI, sensor technologies, understanding this in the detail and translating this into a logic. And that's what we are doing already this year and will continue doing. So it's not only the investment side, it's very much also how do you process within your investment.
Yeah. It's interesting then to come back to perceptions of the airport and perhaps as a closing thought on this, and you mentioned where Antalya is positioned reputationally as a location. How would you like Antalya Airport to be positioned, say, in 3 to 5 years with a lot of these investments done, both in the minds of business partners who work with you, but also, most importantly, in the guests, the travelers' mind in the future? Because reputation is hard won, easily lost, and obviously from what I've seen today, much has been achieved. But how would you like that to be maybe summarized and framed?
Two elements. The first one, as with a touristic product, it should be a big corridor of experiences possible at our airport, and all of them should be on a level and in a way that our passenger says it was really a great experience. For us professionals, we often forget that for many people, using an aircraft is very special, and I'm an ambassador of the magic of airports and flying. This should be somehow experience on all levels. And the second topic is the spirit of Antalya. Antalya is really a magic place. I live here now for 9 months, and I can take a picture every morning when I wake up because it is really a very special place. The nature is amazing. Not only the sea, we have the mountains up to 4,000 meters here. And I think one of the topics which we are working on in small things and should do also in big things is bringing the spirit of Antalya into the airport. The buzzword sense of place, it's coming everywhere. And I'm looking very much forward also doing this here and spicing up, having this Antalya spice within the infrastructure.
Oh, great. Antalya spice. That's a nice way to close. Frank, many thanks to you and your team for the wonderful welcome that I've received here. Thanks again.